Ramsay is now known for his temper as well as his cooking. He parlayed the infamy of Boiling Point into Kitchen Nightmares, Hell's Kitchen, and Once in America, international superstardom, all without tempering his rage. Ramsay's meltdowns, according to some, give the culinary industry a bad name. Others see him as simply being truthful about the nature of the game. We combed through all of Ramsay's TV appearances to find his meanest and most explosive outbursts. Is his outburst justified? You make the decision. What do you think is the reason for Gordon Ramsay's temper? Let's know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Number 15. Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, Bun Parts. The first restaurant Ramsay ever tried to save in the pilot episode of British Kitchen Nightmares remains one of the show's most memorable disasters, especially when Ramsay pays Bonaparte's a surprise visit a few weeks later to find its kitchen in worse shape than before. The bubbling young chef has a bad day, but don't say you didn't earn it. Number 14. Hell's Kitchen UK, Missing a Slab. Hell's Kitchen began in England as a celebrity cooking competition, and it was during an early season of the show that Amanda Barry, a regular on the long-running British soap opera Coronation Street, tried to slap Ramsay across the face. Fortunately, Ramsay's quick reflexes save him from a sore cheek, though this would not be the last time the man drove someone to attempt to hit him. Number 13. Hotel Hell, Keating Hotel. Midway through his stay at this sleazy Ferrari-inspired hotel in San Diego, Chef Ramsay confronts an ineffective executive chef who collapses on camera and is rushed to the hospital. Ramsay does everything he can to assist, but when the hotel's owner implies that it was Ramsay's fault, things quickly turn ugly. Number 12. Kitchen Nightmares, Mill Street Bistro. Ramsay discovers a chef suffering from classic delusions of grandeur at the Mill Street Bistro in small-town Ohio. When Ramsay confronts him about a thoroughly unimpressive lunch, the chef can't take it anymore and chooses to fight rather than accept Ramsay's assistance. But Ramsay's unapologetic about the man's cooking. Dry, rubbery, disgusting. What were you thinking? Clearly, he wasn't. Number 11. Masterchef Junior, Masturbate. For obvious reasons, there isn't much yelling and cursing on the children's cooking competition, Masterchef Junior. However, a brief lapse in decorum resulted in one of Ramsay's most famous zingers. This is Masterchef, he tells an unfortunate young cook-to-be. No, masturbate. That's one he's bound to carry into adulthood. Number 10. Kitchen Nightmares, Seascape. Kitchen Nightmares American edition is glossier and more streamlined than its English counterpart, which can make it appear more formulaic. As a result, Ramsay's frequently confronts careless chefs about the state of their kitchens. However, Seascape emerges as by far the most repulsive of the restaurants Ramsay has visited over the show's 7 seasons, and its chef fully deserves the verbal punishment delivered here. Number 9. Hell's Kitchen US, Giovanni's Blow-Up. The 5th season of American Hell's Kitchen saw unusually high levels of emotion, which is saying a lot. It all came to a head near the end of the season when the red and blue teams merged and Giovanni, once thought to be a competition frontrunner, completely lost control. He didn't just screw up and face Ramsay's wrath, he argued back, resulting in one of the show's most heated exchanges. Number 8. News Interview. Ramsay's rage has never been more justified than in this televised interview with an Australian news network, during which a reporter confronts Ramsay with photographic evidence of one of his restaurants overcooking a steak. It doesn't go well for the journalist. Ramsay clears himself while making the reporter look like a moron. "You're being a little bit of stupid," he fires back. "Come on." Number 7. Kitchen Nightmares, Sebastian's. It's a foolish chef who refuses Gordon Ramsay's advice, but to refuse him to come enraged? That is not only foolish but also stupid. Sebastian's restaurant owner learns the hard way when he tries to fight Ramsay head-on, throwing a temper tantrum in Ramsay's face and receiving some brutal just desserts in return. Number 6. Hotel Hell, Juniper Hill Inn. When Hotel Hell first aired in the summer of 2012, it seemed like another maelstrom of reality TV rage was on the way. It didn't take long for Ramsay to go nuclear in the pilot episode, confronting an arrogant, antiques-obsessed owner with a laundry list of management gaffes. He refers to him as disrespectful, disgusting man. So much for pleasantries. Number 5. Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, The Granary. "This is how I run my restaurant," a clueless restaurant owner insists to Ramsay after being chewed out over his kitchen running techniques. Not an unreasonable objection, but because this is Kitchen Nightmares, Ramsay springs right back with a retort, "That's why you're in the shit, you fat fucking idiot." At which point the restaurant owner flips his lid. The lesson? Ramsay's never angrier than when someone presumes to fight back. Number 4. Kitchen Nightmares, Down City. When Ramsay walks into this Providence, Rhode Island restaurant, The overconfident owner tells him that her food and service are a perfect 10 out of 10. Ramsay respectfully disagrees. It doesn't take long for the two to become enraged over more than just a 10-point scale, screaming and swearing at each other in the refrigerator until the owner, at its end, kicks Ramsay out. Number 3. Boiling point, sacking the waiter. 11 o'clock and astonishingly nobody has been sacked yet, intones the dry narrator of Channel 4's Boiling Point, the documentary miniseries about Ramsay's early restaurateur days. This oversight is hurriedly rectified. And how, we watch as Ramsay scolds a waiter for the unforgivable sin of drinking a glass of water in view of the dining room. The poor guy admits he's at fault, but he still gets the sack. Number 2. Hell's Kitchen, Joseph fights back. The sixth and best season of American Hell's Kitchen was never more thrilling than at the end of the second episode when Joseph, an ex-Marine with serious anger issues, completely lost his mind on air, tearing off his chef's jacket, marching into Ramsay's face, and yelling that he ain't no bitch. It's not just the most intense scene of the show, it's one of the most tense scenes in reality television history. Number 1. Kitchen Nightmares, Amy's Baking Company. What could possibly top this? Gordon Ramsay's exploits at Amy's Baking Company quickly went viral after they aired, and for good reason. The co-owners are cartoonish psychopaths who strike out at savage employees and customers alike, all without compassion or self-awareness, and all thankfully on camera. Of course, however, hot-blooded these two are, Ramsay can more than match them, and things get out of hand when the three finally sit down and talk shop. Ramsay's rage has never been better channeled. To give us the real scoop on Ramsay, Chef Christina Wilson, judge of this season's Red Kitchen and winner of Hell's Kitchen Season 10, was interviewed. As a longtime contestant, judge and head chef at Ramsay's Steak in the Paris, Las Vegas, it's safe to say that this Philadelphia native knows the fierce-tongued culinary king better than most. And according to Wilson, Ramsay appears much harsher on television than he actually is. He's absolutely amazing, she revealed. He's one of the most humble and gracious men, regardless of his success in life, that I've ever met. Is Ramsay truly in a state of perpetual rage as he appears to be? Humble, you say? Gracious? How does Wilson reconcile these admirable qualities with Ramsay's no-holds-barred demeanor on his shows? I don't want to say he's a completely different person because I think that lends to the idea that he's faking it on Hell's Kitchen, which he's not, Wilson explained. I would say that the only time you ever really see him throwing plates, punching salmon, doing that kind of thing is during dinner service. He only does it on Hell's Kitchen and Kitchen Nightmares, or 24 Hours to Hell and Back, that kind of thing. While Ramsay's rage makes for entertaining television, Wilson insists it comes from a good place. The culinary sensation is protecting his reputation or his guests' right to a delicious meal. You see that side of him when it's either his name on the plate or guests are paying for food, Wilson pointed out. You don't see him get that way during challenges. You'll see him be really constructive and give you some pretty honest feedback. Same thing at Masterchef, Wilson added. The only time he really gets wound up is if food that shouldn't be going out of the kitchen is going out of the kitchen. Wilson explained that the integrity of Ramsay's painstakingly established reputation is ultimately at stake. I think you can come after a lot with Gordon, and he'll stand there nose to nose and defend it, she said. But coming after his integrity for a show like Hell's Kitchen, that's been on now, coming up on 19 seasons, and helped really build the foundation of his US success. Anybody that works on that show will tell you how much goes into it. Wilson likened Ramsay's toughness to how a coach might act when preparing a player to compete. I think it's no different than an athlete. I know if I'm in dinner service with Gordon, he's got his game face on and it's just foot to the pedal the entire time, she explained. But when we are in a scrimmage, anything that's no dinner service is a little more pliable. And that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Do let us know your thoughts in this video in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, then do like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such exciting content. See you in the next one.